Well, another day. We're going out again. Gonna go try to get some late season sea ducks today, right before the end of the season. Stay tuned.
Southeast wind 15 knots becoming north. Seas 3 feet. Sunday, north wind 20 knots. Seas 4 feet. Monday.
Okay, this is how you know you did a good job training your field dog, your hunting dog, your buddy, and your partner out there. So I had to go up to the truck, get my net. There's my dog in my boat, waiting for me, right where she should be. That's what I like. Well, that time training pays off. The first things I do before I do anything, because I've been caught in a bind before where I've had ducks fly in when I'm shuffling around with stuff, is to load up the shotgun. Keep it loaded when you're preparing to deploy your decoys is a number one tip of the week. Okay, so now I pulled up on a spot, shallow bar. I don't want to be right on top of the bar. We're kind of off to the edge of it. So I'll go and start setting my decoys out right kind of on the edge of that blue area there and the drop off. So it goes from about 16 feet to 40 feet real close quickly. So that's where I want to be. And there's ducks flying through here still. A lot of mergansers, but that's okay. Clipping on the weight. There we go. 6, 12, 18 feet usually does it. So I know right now the tide's gonna drift me that way, so I kinda want to get pointed sort of in the right direction here. These are just little halibut clips for long lining that I picked up at the local store. Really well. So I do typically 6 feet to about 3 feet in between each decoy. There's really no real rhyme or reason as long as they just, don't get tangled up. So that's the real key. Keep your decoys from getting tangled. Here's how to do a radio check. Hold the mic several inches from your mouth and press the button, and you're saying radio check 1-6. Radio check 1-6. Well, you get the idea. Usually somebody's chirps in there, but in the winter time, it's a little bit slower out here, so we might not get any kind of response. So in that situation, I'll show you what to do later.
Friday night, east wind 15 knots. Seas 13 feet. South swell. Saturday, east winds 20 knots. Seas 10 feet. Sunday, east winds 20 knots.
A group of 3 mergansers showed up. Set in over there, checked me out, now they're swimming that away. Another tip is to not take a shot at a single duck like that and just let them dive around and swim around the decoys, adding to movement, which will eventually bring in more ducks. Variable wind conditions this morning. Now the wind's finally picking up a little bit out of the north. They said it's supposed to be changing this afternoon out of the south. Hopefully things pick up, because the high tide is at about 1 o'clock. So I'm thinking those conditions and changes will bring about some productivity out here on the water. But you see that rock right there? That's where the tide is when it's high. So all this rock's underwater, and coming in right here is probably about mean high water level. That's how much tide we have to deal with, and the low was, it's always 6 hours between, roughly. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, so about 8 o'clock this morning. Right now it's about 9 or 10, so that's how much tide change we deal with every day. We got a full moon yesterday, which brings heavier, much heavier tide changes, larger game movements usually, and erratic behavior. Right when I am setting my anchor and I have a nice drake come in and set in right on the decoys, I think it happens pretty much every single time. You'll get set up and you'll be doing something, and a duck comes in. So you always got to keep your eyes peeled, keep your ears open as much as possible. I like to wear hearing protection nowadays, but anyhow, it just pays to pay attention. I think what happens from time to time is these single ducks will break away from the large flock and check out to see what's going on. So they will actually send a scout out to take a peek. Some of these birds are probably scattered from the night before. They're trying to regroup and things like that. But I think, even throughout the day I've seen this where, you'll have one single bird come and check it out, fly away, and then if they think it's good to go, they'll bring their buddies back. Season here today, folks. Early in the year, we had decoys out, and before I could even get the boat anchored up, ducks were landing right in my spread, and now they're a little shy. They've been harassed all year, all season, which is, a couple months, so it's not all year. But any way you look at it, I think it's going to be a slow day. The sun's kind of out. It's early yet for the tide change, which is good. That's what I really like, to come out here when the tide's incoming, regardless of, what the weather's doing. That last merganser that flew past jumped when somebody else was shooting. I can't believe it. Oh. This one. One essential part of any ditch bag or boat bag or whatever you want to call it. Not whatever just flew out of there, but rather this whole gaggle of wires and what have you. Just happens to be an auxiliary charging device that I can clip on my battery. need extra power. Positive goes on first. Or negative, I mean. Positive goes on second. And you should have live power. Cap back on there. You got live power. Then plug it in. Got power. I'm good to go. Welcome to my office. Over here, over here. Come swing back over here. Alrighty. Okay, here we go. What do we got? Oh, wow. San Francisco, right? Giants. Huh. Okay. Got a minute time. Shh. Quiet, quiet, quiet.
All right.
Becca, you make me nervous, man. We got it. Right here. What side does the green go on? Well, if you see this, that means you stop. On the bow of the boat, moving forward, it should look like that. If you're passing someone and you see this, that means
you're good to go. If you see that, that means you should probably stop or slow down, change course, do whatever you can to avoid collision.